Let's do this.
It is time for the One Piece top 30 strongest characters as of 2022 video. Correctamundo. Of course, we did our stream a few days ago on Sunday, and ayo, if you have the time to watch it all, then you are
Crazy.
I may mail you a cookie. I'm gonna give you a John Cena salute because this stream was officially too long for YouTube to keep completely on the platform because it had exceeded 12 hours.
God damn.
It was 11 hours and 55 minutes long on YouTube. Of course, on Twitch, the entire thing is there as a VOD, 12 hours and like 35 some odd minutes. Like, it is legit the longest stream I've ever hosted. 40 people pulled on up, and the toxicity and the lulls and the cancer and the tension is sky high, like all the way through. Okay, so listen, if you have the time, if you're an actual soldier, then shouts to you because that is a long video. But on this channel in the future, myself and BDA Law, the cancer is coming. We go through our top 30 list as well. So it's top 30 season and the cancer is upon us. But for this video, a quick video, quote, quick video on my top 30 list, where the characters, where they are, and so on and so forth. So let's get right into it. Number 30, Rob Gucci. Now, arrow up for Rob Gucci. I'll explain later on in the video, but there's gonna be stars and arrows up and down, that kind of stuff here. So, number 30 again is Rob Lucci, arrow up. Number 29, Boa Hancock, star. Number 28 is Yamato, arrow up. Number 27, King the Wildfire. Number 26, Margo, my boy. 25, Sir Crocodile, respect it, star it. 24, Rayleigh, star and arrow down for Rayleigh. 23, Blackleg Sanji. 22, Roronoa. 21, City of the Rain. 20, Lucky Roo, star. 19, Gop Shujo, and at a star next to his name, Jafar, a star. 18, Eustace Captain Kido, star as well. 17, Sengoku. 16, Katakuri. 15, Trafalgar D. Vote Law. Oh, star. 2 stars. 2 stars and arrow up for Trafalgar D. Water Law. Oh, yeah. 14, Green Bull. 13, Fujitora. 12, Ben Beckman. 11, Flame Emperor. Ooh! Flame Emperor. Sabo. 2 stars, arrow up the same way as Law. Oh my god. 10, Kizaru. 9, Kuzan. 8, Dracul Mihawk. 7, Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey Jesus, star as well. 6, Dragon. Monkey D. Dragon. 5, Akainu. Arrow up. This come from me, so arrow up for Akainu. Number 4, Blackbeard. Star and arrow down for Blackbeard. 3, Yonko Kaido. Arrow down. 2, Dose Big Mom. Star and arrow up. And 1, the man, the myth, the legend, Buggy, one of the newest emperors of the sea. Yeah! If we're going to substitute in Buggy for the red hair wonder, Shanks. Star and, guess what? Arrow up for Shanks. So, that is my top 30 list. And the reasons why I rank them, let's roll through that step by step and piece by piece. Now, before I go any further, and if you can tolerate somehow my list, right? Then support your boy's content with a subscription, with the thumbs up, and click on that bell to join the notification squad. Now, the arrows going up and down, as well as the stars, are specific notations of characters of focus for my tier list, and the arrows represent their future trajectories based on where we are in the story right now. First of all, Rob Gucci, it's hard to kind of gauge where he is right now, but currently he's actually in the bottom rung of where I put the first division commander cats. So he's over, in my personal opinion, at this point in time, Queen the Plague, Smooth Thick, cats like that. I want to say this arrow could go up because I think it's more potential for the future, but that's like a small arrow for Rob Lucci. Because here's the thing, Luffy, hey yo man, Luffy, dude, 3 good shots, Mole Pistol, Dawn Whip, and then the Dawn Rocket. He used hardening 1 time against Rob Gooch, and that Dawn Rocket, I see no black sparks. All I see is raw devil fruit power and raw muscles. Going to the gym, potentially PEDs, I don't know. But most importantly, I'm not too sure if Marco the Phoenix or King the Wildfire or even Katakuri would be treated in the same way, the same fashion as Luffy treated Rob Gooch. So I am giving Rob Gucci the benefit of the doubt being in this first division commander spot at the moment. Boa Hancock is in that category too, but she gets a star because of course you have to respect that 1.6 billion berry bounty. That's the key thing here. She gets a bounty buff that's over the other first division commander cats in One Piece so far. And in her case, I think that Boa Hancock could go higher or even lower depending on how good is her hockey really. Because right now, she's in the same category as Kid, you could argue, where she has Conquerors, she has Armament, and she has the Observation Hockey. However, when we see her against the Marines and the BB Pirates, all they talk about is her ability. Devil Fruit, Devil Fruit, Devil Fruit. No hardening, no Conqueror's Hockey Infusion, like no Future Sight, none of that stuff. Kid has Conqueror's Hockey, but even let's say in a long drawn out fight against Big Mom, I haven't seen hardening from Kid or even Conqueror's Hockey Infusion from Kid. And most definitely her powers are hacks, but someone like Law who has a hacked ability is going like 1v1 with Blackberry, and we're seeing that, and BB is taking major damage. But on the flip side with Boa Hancock, she's getting choked out by BB with apparently no avenue to counter from, despite again her supposed strong hockey. And right now for her, very conservative here. The same thing applies for our good old boy Yamato, or good old girl Yamato. I'm not Yamato. Yamato, I know, gets a lot of credit, I think rightfully so, for stalling out Kaido. But it all depends on how you, the reader, interpret that stall against Kaido. I think for damn sure that Yamato was way less dominant in that fight than a lot of folks make her out to be. Because allegedly, Yamato's best shot on Kaido, hybrid form Thunder Bagua, Thanos action from Kaido, actual Thanos action, all that for a drop of blood. Wait, what? She is, quote, damaging Kaido with several hits, but every shot that Kaido takes seems to be very negligible on the part of Yamato, including her best shot that he took full bore from her. And on the flip side, she had defended against the Thunder Bagua of Kaido. However, what happened? Her Glacier Mirror Mountain thing went undone, but a few chapters later, oh, wait, blood. Oh my God. Wow, I couldn't really block it at all. Right now, the individual wounds that she gave Kaido, I really have a hard time differentiating the damage that she did to him compared to the individual damage that the scabbards did to Kaido. She has the Conqueror's Lock Infusion on Green Bull. Where does he go? Youch! That's some hockey you got there, kid. Powerful attack, but compare that to Momonosuke's Blast Breath. Wait, kid, wait, whoa, okay, slow down there, Slugger, wait. Energy's different. And he has a flame counter. But the energy was different. Not all Conqueror's Hockey Infusion use are created equally. At its core, what is it? It's an attack buff. That's what it is at its core, at least so far. And right now, it appears that both Zoro and Luffy have more raw power with that skill than even Yamato does, at least for the time being so far. So that being said, Yamato, she's in my first division commander bracket somewhere, like in the middle, right? Her stocks can go higher, for damn sure. But right now, I like being conservative here. It is what it is. After that, Crocodile gets a star because, you have to respect the 2 bill bounty buff. You can then infer a lot of different things about Crocodile's skills and techniques. Like, for example, what we saw in Marineford, Crocodile clashing against Doflamingo, Crocodile clashing against Dracula Mihawk, sneaking a Kainu. These things look more and more credible now because of that 2 billion berry bounty buff, yo. Is there a cross-guild factor into that bounty buff? Of course, but the bounty raise and the bounty raise alone has to be, I think, respected in this case for someone like Crocodile, especially when Oda himself has admitted that Crocodile came a bit too early in the series. 24, another star, Rayleigh. Mayo, all right? Mayo Aioli Rayleigh. Rayleigh is actually higher on my list than he was last year, over Marco in my book, which to me was like insane because we saw it in the pre-time skip. Kizaru versus Rayleigh. Rayleigh could hold him off, but he was gassed, he was tired, like, oh my god, my old age, I just get struggling. Impressive, but still struggling. But during Marineford War, Marco versus Kizaru. Marco was clean for an extended amount of time versus Kizaru up until the White Beard heart attack. And then Kizaru has to get another dude. He has to grab another man, Ice Admiral with like the spider ability, to put cuffs on Marco. Man, I mean, Marco, scary. However, because of BB's skittishness, he gets a portrayal buff, and he's now in my book over Marco. But not by that much, because I can't go that far. I just cannot in good faith go that far. Not in good faith. Especially when the man himself states very clearly in 1059 that he couldn't have possibly have won in a head-to-head fight against Blackbeard at his age. It wasn't going to happen. He has an arrow down because I don't see Mayo really getting that much stronger, no matter how much Sriracha you want to mix into that Mayo. Matter of fact, like many characters of his generation, he is most likely bound to become weaker over the course of time. Now, Zoro and Sanji, obviously in my book, they're virtually equal. I think Wano Country proved that in spades, the wings of the King of Pirates and the feats themselves, absolutely. And I think that City of the Rain, by default, must be over Zoro because he's a future villain for Zoro. And Lucky Roo starred because Lucky Roo, I think, is an example of the leg up that the red hair pirates are compared to every other pirate crew so far. No soft targets. Ultimate chapter. By name. Ben Beckman, Lucky Roo, Yasop. Right now, I'd argue that Ben Beckman is probably someone in the Admiral bracket because he is that next leg higher from other first division commanders. So again, that same thought process, Lucky Roo, he's in that next leg up higher. Absolutely. After that, Garp Chujo. He's actually higher than he was last year because, of course, he's gonna do some Mad Lad stuff now, but I am not gonna go crazy with Garp. I know folks want to go crazy with Garp, but no. Wow. Eustace Captain Kidd is double starred because Eustace Captain, very similar, let's say Zoro and Sanji, I'd argue. Kidd has to be somewhat relative to Law, even though Kidd's feats are nowhere even close to Trafalgar D. It's like we'll get this soon enough. Kidd, I think, based on the portrayal, has to be somewhat relative to Law. And actually, I say this too, Kidd has an arrow going up prop for him as well, because Kidd has future Elbaf content coming up soon. Okay, fine. But he has to catch up to Law in terms of feats. He has to show a lot on Elbaf to even match what Law did in Wano Country. Sengoku, in my personal opinion, 17, he's the strongest of the old man trio because, of course, mythical Zoan ability. And I argue right now, there's evidence to showcase that those abilities do not wane over time in the same way as Haki or actual raw physical power. And on that note too, based on the Vivid Card data books, Sengoku has confirmed Conqueror's Haki. Garp doesn't have that yet. After that, of course, the second strongest right-hand man with Yonko, to this day, I'd argue confirmed easily, just based on what they did and a true understanding of the character's motivations and why they did what they did. Charles Barkley Katakuri. Law, just 15, let him cook, dude, all right? Law is my gatekeeper for the Admirals. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
If Luffy is the Goldie Roger of the next generation, Law is the Whitebeard, without a doubt, dude. Law is just disgusting, and he's proving it consistently. 3 Yonko have noted to just how dangerous and how weird and how crazy powerful Law is. That ability of the OP no me. This dude, for a period of time, while Kid was getting done in by Kill's attacks via Hawkins, who had to go 1v1 against Big Mom, Trafalgar D, yo. Oh my, and just the feats.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
Clashing with a hockey-infused Quake Punch by Blackbeard with his awakening. People want to rag on his hockey. Hockey is good enough to offset different abilities. So that's out the window now. Oh, it's hockey. What do you mean? It's good. It's good. So Law is my gatekeeper for Admirals, and his arrow is up. He can get much higher, absolutely. But someone who did get much higher because of 2022 activity, an arrow going up from where they are now, Flame Emperor Sabo at number 11. Oh my God, dude. Wow. Woo-wee! A few good men, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Of course, it is what it is. You have admirals, Navy forces, CP agents, right? We're running roughshod, boys. Grab a boy Kuma. Pull out. Oh, what? Fujito was wounded after that fight, wasn't he? Oh! Sabo had like a bandage on his face on Lucia Kingdom. And Lucia Kingdom destroyed. Sabo dead? Let's be real here. Sabo is just getting too much love right now, okay? At this point in time, like this idea of Sabo being like the better version of Dragon right now, and the fact that you have countries in open revolt because of Sabo, his face is everywhere. The Flame Emperor, Sabo, I would argue that Sabo is gonna be the guy to beat a Kainu in the future. So Sabo is on that trajectory. And the Flame Emperor and his few good men against an entire military force had a Kainu saying what? No excuses. There is merch available on Redbubble for Sabo and a few good men. So if you want that, check it out. Link in the box below. No excuses, because a few good men pulled up and did a fantastic job. After that, real quick, 7, Monkey Luffy. The kid just busted, right? I mean, listen, he is on pace to be the strongest character in the series, with maybe 2 exceptions, maybe 2 or 3 exceptions. That's really it. There is a chance here where Luffy could go down in terms of power. Let's say if there is a Kizaru versus Luffy fight, and Luffy does not perform well in that fight for whatever reason, there could be a case here that he goes down in power where he is now. But I think that's just for the short term. In the long term, his floor, his ceiling, they're only getting much higher. I would say 7 is a good spot for Luffy. However, I do have him under Dragon. Why? I think it's a common shonen trope. The son tends to be weaker than the father until it actually meets the father, then something happens. And I'm applying that same logic to Luffy and Dragon. He beat Kaido, of course, but he got like a break and everything. Now, to be fair, Kaido did have CP0, Guernica, stop Luffy. That was heavy. Does that offset the literal water break? I'm sorry, a feast break. Norse mythology, like Valhalla halls full of food break. Kaido is a kind of crazy. I think in the future, there'll be another person that will be able to gauge if Luffy is actually truly in that Kaido-ish tier. And that person is Big Mom. I would argue that right now, Kaido's number 3, Big Mom's number 2, because Kaido is kind of done from the stories I'd argue lexicon, but Big Mom is not, I'd argue. There's evidence that indicates that Big Mom is probably still alive. Some hints of this would clearly be, for example, Pudding's words in 1064, or finding out the activity of the Big Mom pirates from Morgan's in chapter 1053, and even Big Mom's own words when she was staring down the magma chamber before the bombs went off in 1040. And then on top of that, for her story to be open-ended, not finding out that she ate Mother Caramel, the reason why she was born or became such an abnormal entity when she was 5 years old in the first place. How did that happen? We don't know. We still don't know about Big Mom. And that is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Big Mom. There is more to come for her, I think, for damn sure. And when she does come back, the shackles that Oda put on her during that Kid and Law fight are gonna finally be removed. And based on natural shonen progression tropes, the lack of Conqueror's Haki infusion during her fight against Kid and Law, plus aspects of her power that we saw during Whole Cake Island that we did not see in Wano Country, there is a very, very strong case, I believe, that Big Mom, when she comes back, she will come back stronger. Even stronger than Kaido, I think, guaranteed. But again, in the future, I'll dive even deeper into that Luffy and Big Mom situation. And then finally, it is what it is, the red hair wonder, Shanks. The greatest observation and Conqueror's Haki feat we have ever seen in the story by far and away in 1055. On top of his portrayal already being astronomically high, and not only data books and Oda's comments, but also just in the story itself, right? Kaido's top 5. Kaido went to Marineford War, was thwarted. They had a tussle with Shanks and his boys, but was shut down somehow, some way by red hair Shanks. Shanks looking at Luffy now, seeing him beat Kaido, after beating Kaido, hold on now, these young shoots, let him cook, Green Bull, let him cook. Matter of fact, even, hey yo, Rue, I'm not interested in seeing Luffy right now. In the same vein, what he said at the end of Marineford, right now is not the time. Dude, yo, Shanks has an arrow up because Shanks could, honest to God, have most of the current One Piece characters that we know of gapped. But that's a potential, not a guarantee, a potential. For the time being, it stands as it is. Shanks is my numero uno. So, that being said, let me know, because of course, my list is bad. Of course it is, right? So let me know your list in the description box down below. I'm going to see you cats on the flip side. Be easy. Stay safe. Have a nice one.